All right, let's just jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about something that, well, it honestly feels like a cheat code for building AI features. It's this wild idea that completely flips the script on who pays for all that expensive compute. And here's a little spoiler for you. It might not be you. So let me just ask you this straight up. Are you, right now, planning to spend thousands of dollars on servers for a feature that your user's own machine could probably handle for free? I mean, really think about that. If there's even a chance the answer is yes, then you're definitely going to want to stick around. So first, we've got to talk about the way things are normally done. You know, the standard playbook. It's the AI architecture that has become this kind of unquestioned truth. It's what pretty much everyone tells you to do by default. And this quote pretty much sums it all up. The whole idea is, hey, if you want to control the experience, if you want quality, you have to do everything on your servers. You own the hardware, you own the process, but, and this is the big but, you also own every single penny of the cost. So just look at this classic setup. This shows you all the different pieces you are on the hook for. For just one simple search, the user's query has to go from their browser to your API server. Then it gets handed off to another server, an expensive one with GPUs. That server turns the query into numbers, an embedding, and then that gets sent to a special vector database that, you guessed it, you're also hosting. Every single arrow you see here is a bill. It's latency. It's one more thing that can break. And this is really where it gets kind of crazy. Think about a super common use case, just letting users search your documentation. That whole dataset might only be, 50 megabytes? To build this massive, complicated server setup for that, it's just complete and total overkill. It's like using a wrecking ball to hang a picture frame. And that brings us to the big idea, the secret weapon in all of this. There's this incredibly powerful, totally free computer network that you've probably been ignoring this whole time. Let's just call it the human hack. Just let that sink in for a second. What if you stopped thinking about the user's device as just a dumb screen and started seeing it for what it is? A seriously capable computer in your system. A computer that costs you absolutely nothing to run. And let's be real, we're not talking about old clunkers here. Your users have powerful machines. They're on MacBook Pros, they have insane gaming rigs with beefy GPUs. Even standard modern laptops are more powerful than servers were just a few years back. And most of the time, all that power is just sitting there, doing nothing. So here it is. Here's the hack. We take the AI and we just push it to the browser. We let the user's Chrome tab do all the heavy lifting. The embedding, the vector search, all of it. You offload the entire workload, and your server bill for that feature drops to a nice round 0. You know, it's not just about the money either. This is a huge win for everybody. Your users get way better privacy because their search queries never even leave their own computer. And it's faster, way lower latency because there's no waiting for a server to respond. And for you, 0 server cost, and get this, the feature can even work offline. It's a game changer. Okay, this all sounds great, but how on earth do you actually get a web browser to do all this complicated AI stuff? Well, the cool thing is, the tech is finally here. It's ready. The main piece of the puzzle is Transformers.js. It's from Hugging Face, and it's basically their famous Python library, but for JavaScript. This thing gives you access to thousands of amazing AI models that can run right there inside the browser. It's incredible. And the reason it's so fast, that's WebAssembly, or WASM. That is the absolute secret sauce. Think of it like this. It lets you run super optimized code, like the kind written in Rust or C++, at nearly full speed inside the browser. It makes all that heavy AI math not just possible, but actually really performant. And it doesn't even stop there. We now have vector databases that run entirely in the browser. You've got choices too. There's Voyager, a super tiny and fast engine built for this exact purpose. Or there's PG-Lite, which is literally a full Postgres database running in WASM. The point is, this isn't some experimental hack anymore. The tools are mature and ready to go. So look how beautifully simple this whole process becomes. Step 1, the browser downloads the model and the search index. This only has to happen once. Step 2, the user types something. Transformers.js makes the embedding right there on their machine. Step 3, the in-browser database does a local search. And step 4, the results pop up instantly. No servers, no network lag, just boom. But of course, we gotta be real about this. This isn't some magic solution for every single AI problem out there. It's a scalpel, not a sledgehammer, and it comes with some really important trade-offs you have to know about. Okay, the number one roadblock here, and it's a big one, is the size of the model. I mean, look at this. A tiny, super specific model, we're talking kilobytes, no big deal. Something like Distilbert, okay, that's about 67 megs. It's manageable, for a one-time thing. But then you look at even a small LLM like Gemma 2B, and you're talking over a gigabyte? No way. That is just way too big to ask a user to download. So this trick works best with small, focused models. And if you're going to do this, you have to do it right. You can't just throw a 50 megabyte download at a user without warning them. You have to use things like web workers so you don't freeze up their browser while the AI is thinking. And you absolutely have to use service workers to cache everything, so they only have to download that model one time. Ever. So when you put it all together, when you weigh the pros and the cons, what you end up with is this really powerful new way of thinking, a new paradigm for a certain kind of problem that happens to be super common. And this right here is the punchline. This is what it's all about. For the right job, your server cost doesn't just go down, it goes away. It becomes $0. Now, let's be super clear. You're not going to run GPT-4 in a browser tab. But for searching through smallish data sets, we're talking docs, FAQs, product lists, things under 50 megabytes or so, this client-side approach isn't just a cool trick. It's a genuine strategic superpower. So I'll just leave you with this thought. Now that you know this is possible, now that you've got this idea in your head, that the browser itself is a powerful compute engine just waiting to be used, what else are you paying for on a server that you could be offloading for free?